Your questions about business, career, personal development, and achieving the American dream are more than welcome. Email them to info@makinitnow.com. Now back to more Making It with Tommy and Todd.
We're back with Tommy and Todd, coast to coast, and we have coming up Mr. Dave Alwan, entrepreneur extraordinaire and Shark Tank contestant. Todd is going to talk to Dave a little bit first, and we'll get started right away. Take it away, Todd.
We have Dave Alwan, is the owner and CEO of Echo Valley Meats, a multi-million-dollar e-commerce retailer of premium meats sold on QVC and around the world online, with his billionaire investor partner Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. But it wasn't always that way for Dave. Coming from very humble beginnings as a struggling entrepreneur before he appeared on season 4 of NBC's hit show Shark Tank to pitch his old-fashioned farm fresh meat company. Dave is the epitome of making it. Dave, welcome to the Making It with Tommy and Todd show.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me today.
Hey, Dave, I'm going to start off with a few questions I'm sure everybody wants to hear about. Tell us in 30 seconds or so how your background connects to you being an entrepreneur.
Third-generation cattleman, farmer, meat processor. Bought my first 155 acres when I was 23 years old. Started raising cattle, do my own artificial insemination. We do some embryo transplants, some C-sections, and then went to Germany and Denmark and understood the production side of it from conception to basically from conception to consumption. So basically from start to finish.
I didn't know you were also a doctor, veterinarian, as well as an entrepreneur. That's good.
Well, when you have farms and livestock, you have to a lot of times figure it out. When you got a calf breached at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't get it out, and you got to figure out a way to keep them both alive, you tend to figure things out pretty quick.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad in my business I don't have any breaching calves, but in any event, tell our audience, Dave, what type of books have you read to help fuel your entrepreneurial success?
You know, to be honest with you, I don't read a lot of books at all. I'm basically hands-on and what I call the school of hard knocks, trial and error. I've fallen down on my face. I can't even tell you how many times. And so Colin Powell has a great quote. There's no secret to my success. Preparation, hard work, and learning from my own failures. And that's a true statement right there.
Right. So did you have mentors and so on as you grew your business and as you grew your entrepreneurial expertise?
Actually, no. My father and my uncle, who have been in the meat business since '57, only did fresh meat, hamburger, and steaks. And just the opposite, actually. They told me I lost my mind, and I was reading too many books and magazines, and people were putting too many ideas in my head when I said I wanted to get into smoking meats and value added and that kind of stuff. And then in about 2006, I said I wanted to get into the internet business, and they literally laughed me out of the business. The internet, what a joke. Who would ever buy meat through the internet? Ha, ha, ha.
Right.
And you have to remember, AOL only came about in 2001, so we're talking 5-6 years after the conception of AOL, so nobody even really knew what it was, so everybody thought I was really crazy.
Wow. So the internet business was new then. What made you think that you could be the guy who changes how meat is sold in the world, really?
Right.
Well, I knew that we make superior product. When I went to Germany and Denmark and did my hands-on training and came back in 2001, 2002, I entered product in some competition. And our very first year, we took grand champion. And so next thing you know, Swiss Colony and Hickory Farms and some of those guys were reaching out to me, and we started doing mass production for Swiss Colony out of Monroe, Wisconsin. And I was making, several 100,000 summer sausages for them. And so I knew we were on to something pretty good.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, let me switch gears here a little bit, Dave. We'll get to Shark Tank a little later, but before Shark Tank, how was your company doing financially? I mean, good, bad, just making it? Where were you? What was the state of your business?
Well, at the time, so we filmed in 2012, aired in 2013 for the first time. And so we had 3 divisions. We had retail, we had catering, and we had mail order. And that was my income, retail, catering, mail order. And mail order was literally about $180,000 back then.
Okay, mail order. Now, did the internet business take over the mail order business for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, we will break probably $2 million in just the mail order division this year alone. So over 10, 11 times what we were when we first aired 3 years ago.
Now, give us an idea. Give our listeners an idea of where you do business. Is it worldwide? Is it primarily in the United States? How does that work?
No, it's because we're fresh meat and it's all regulated by the USDA. We only ship in the continental U.S. We actually don't even go to Alaska, Canada, or Hawaii because there's some dry ice regulations, and right now we just don't. It just costs too much to do it, and so we've stuck with the basically 48 states in the continental U.S. And we have our online website. We have incentive programs through corporate, safety awards and casino work where we use points for gifts. So we're actually in multiple channels how people actually get our products. But just even our everyday website, EchoValleyMeats.com, we're drawing about 300,000 unique visitors to our site a month organically.
Wow. So if I were going to have a party this Friday, and I called you this afternoon, would you be able to get my meat to me quickly? I mean, how long does it take to get the orders?
It depends on where you live, but yes, we can typically ship it the same day. So we're in the center part of the country, which by pure default, we got lucky. So we can go to either coast the same week shipping at ground services. And so that's a real benefit is what it's amounted to. So what's happening now is we're starting to become a fulfillment center for a couple other companies, especially in the food world. So if you're in California and you want to go to New York, it's 5 or 6 business days. You have to send it air in order to get it there. So we've kind of created a niche is what we're doing now because we're in the center part of the country. So we can get it to either coast the same week very easily within usually 3 business days.
That's fast. That's a fast way to get meat. Is there a high? Is it very expensive to get certified by the USDA and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, it's not expensive, but it's a nightmare because you have to do the same regulations that the Tysons and the ConAgras of the world do.
That's what I thought.
And so, the federal government's in your business. If you're going to go under federal inspection, they have their own office, 100 square feet, a file cabinet, a modem hookup, a fax line. They're in your business every single day of the week.
Wow. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be right back with Dave Alwan.